The devil is alive. I'm telling you the truth, man. Know what to do, man. The things you gotta do, hey, barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. So let's go with the breakdown of this fight, man. Let's make this as short and sweet as possible. Let's go the intangibles. The intangibles in terms of toughness. Bud has exuded the dog in him. And it seems like when Bud tends to go in emotional overdrive, he lacks discipline. You understand? And he tends to dictate pace with aggression as opposed to intellect. Now, when he's cruising and able to manipulate his opponents, he looks spectacular. He looks like, some may say, the best fighter in the world, but that's when he's in a calm, cool state. Two great examples: Felix Diaz, Victor Postol. But when the pressure got to him, like what's his name, the brother Benavidez, and what's the other guy's name? Benavidez and the guy he just fought, Fried Green Tomato. He kind of loses discipline in the mesh point. You understand? And the mesh point is where both fighters are in range to do whatever they want with each other. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that's where Bud is going to be, not going to be to his advantage if he has to put it in overdrive. But if Kel is a shell of himself, or Bud is just that much better, he's gonna look spectacular. But if this fight is a competitive fight, meaning Kell Brook that walked in against Earl Spence is there, whew, we got a hellacious fight on our hands. You know what I mean? Hellacious fight on our hands. And if Kell Brook, if the Earl Spence walks in the ring, he beats Terence Crawford, in my humble opinion. And here's how he beats Terence Crawford. Kell Brook throws every punch very well. Kell Brook is disciplined on a base. You won't catch him lunging. Well, he lunges for defense. I'll see that. And what Bud is going to have to understand too is he counters you. Oh my God, he is a superb. I'm talking about the 3 year ago Bud. I mean, the 3 year ago Kell. He is a superb counter puncher. Superb. If you throw a lazy jab, which sometimes Bud does, the gangly jab, you know, he's gonna counter on top of it. You understand what I'm saying? And he has the ability to compute space and power. Kell Brook has that fine discipline. You understand what I'm saying? And if Terence Crawford fights in that mesh point, and Kell Brook is who fought Earl Spence, we are in for fight of the year type stuff. You understand what I'm saying? If Kell Brook is that guy, I have him beating Terence Crawford, but he's 34 years old. I don't know if he can rewind the clock that far back. You know, I'm betting, and I'll tell you why I'm betting. The odds are too good. It makes too much sense. All I did was stay home all day. Don't spend no money. I'd rather spend $200 on a bet than spending $1,500 to $2,000 going to cover a fight. You understand what I'm saying? Potato, you know, or apples and oranges, excuse me. But I have this as a very competitive fight. You know, my instinct says Terence Crawford wins in a very, very competitive fight. And we realize that, one, Terence Crawford is a good fighter, not a great fighter. I don't think Terence Crawford is special. I don't think he has great defense. I think he has wasted footwork. I think that his exchanges are rather reckless. But when he's in that comfortable space, he looks phenomenal. And that's why he's looked great over the years, is because he's never been uncomfortable in the ring. 2 times he's been uncomfortable in the ring, and Jose Benavidez caught him. You understand what I'm saying? So, honestly, I have Bud winning by split decision, if all things being equal. If Kale can rewind the clock a little bit further, as close as he can to Earl Spence, Kell Brook wins. If not, Terrence Crawford wins easy. But if it's in that mesh point, that middle space, I have Bud winning by a close decision, split decision-ish, somewhere in there. I'm just betting because the odds are too great. Kell Brook is not a 10-1 underdog in this fight. I don't know where that come from, but he's definitely not a 10-1 underdog. And that's pretty much what I think about this fight. You know, Kell was going to catch him with a hook on the inside. It's going to shock the shit out of y'all. And it's going to shock the shit out of Terrence Crawford. And Crawford is very chinny because he's up here. He's up here with it. He doesn't tuck his chin too much. But I'm very interested in this fight, man. We got 2.5 hours, 5:30. We got 2.5 hours until this fight takes place. So I'm with y'all, man. Fasten your seatbelts, man. Ain't nobody going to see. Everybody's watching this fight, and everyone wants to see this fight because we're real curious to see how good Terrence Crawford is. You know what I mean? It's Terrence Crawford, Harold Miner, or Michael Jordan. Inquiring minds want to know. Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. But what you're going to learn about Kell Brook is the motherfucker can box. And the way he fights on the inside and uses the ring, and man, it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good fight. But if Kell Brook is closer to Earl Spence than he is at 34, he beats Terrence Crawford tonight. And that's just what I believe. So Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.